Jai Gurudev, nice to see you, everyone. How are you? I just saw that I prepared actually this small thumbnail for a video in which I wanted to talk to you about Sai Satcharita, about Shirdi Baba, and Bhagavad Gita. And I saw that I prepared for you this image with Guruji doing Mahabhishekam. Abhishekam to Shirdi, Sai Baba. A very, very unique moment when we installed this Murti in our temple in Shipitanilaya Ashram. And today I wanted to start talking about Sai Satcharita, which is an amazing book about Shirdi Sai Baba's life. And if you remember, I told you in one of the stories of the saints how Shirdi Baba came into my dream and shown me a house which is an actual temple of a devotee. And how, while going in this temple, I saw a very beautiful picture of Shivitala and Baba dressed in black. So Vital, Dev in black Murti, and Shirdi Baba dressed in black. And as now we are so much into Shivitala and Rukmini, that is an energy that's coming. It's so present these days and these last months and since more than 1 year. It made me think of Guruji when I was there, and I saw how related everything is and how related Bhagavad Gita is in Sai Satcharita. So Sai Satcharita is the book written about the life of Sai Baba, and I wanted to start talking about it with you, and I hope you will love it. I like this book. It's so amazing, and it's good to read it. You know, as a Vaishnava, it's good to know stories of saints. It inspires you on your path. And Shirdi Baba, Sai Baba from Shirdi, is such an amazing saint to know, more than saint, avatar. And there is chapter 1. So let's see together this book, Sai Satcharita. And in chapter 1, we have Baba who is grinding flour. It's not for making bread. It's for healing the village of cholera. And I let you discover the story. I don't want to remove the pleasure that you will have reading. And there's short chapters that you can enjoy. So Baba is doing this, and people are asking, why is he doing this? And he wants to spread this grinded wheat at the borders of the village to protect the village. This is a protection because this pandemia was coming at that time, was spreading the village, and this was his remedy. It was not the wheat which was crushed, but this pandemia, this cholera epidemic, so that the village could be saved. So this is one of the leelas, a divine game of Shirdi Sai Baba. And at the end of the story, you will see the beautiful philosophical significance of grinding. So this part I want to read for you. Apart from the meaning which the people of Shirdi put on this incident of grinding wheat, there is, we think, a philosophical significance too. Baba lived in Shirdi for about 60 years. And during this long period, he did the business of grinding almost every day. Not, however, wheat alone, but the scenes, the mental and physical afflictions and the miseries of his innumerable devotees. So he was also removing this, he was destroying, he was taking this karma, removing the karma. And we know, you will see later in the chapters, that when Baba died, I mean, he left his body, he didn't really, disappeared. When he went into samadhi, it was a choice to set free another devotee of his that he wanted to deliver from death, and he left. He took his place somehow. You will see that is this significance is there too. We'll see later. So that a guru, and he was an avatar. He was a Satguru for many. How he grinded and he crushed the sins, the mental and physical afflictions, and the two stones of his meal consisted of karma and bhakti, the former being the lower one and the latter the upper one. The handle with which Baba worked the meal consisted of dhyan. It was the firm conviction of Baba that knowledge of self-realization is not possible unless there is the prior act of grinding of our impulses, desires, sins, and of the three gunas, sattva, rajas, and tamas, and the ahankar, which is so subtle and therefore so difficult to get rid of. So beautiful, you see that we have the karma, which is binding us. Whatever actions we did in the past, we are bound to them, to the results, and this created the illusion in which we are, that we have to let go, and this illusion has to leave us so that we see clearly and we get liberated. And you see that what we have to grind, it's our impulses, the desires, the sins, and the three gunas. And this is where we see we can compare this part with Bhagavad Gita. So in Bhagavad Gita, we have several chapters. I'm now in chapter 17 with the devotees, and we have again the reminder that we have these gunas and we are bound by them. We are attached to matter because of these gunas, and we have to go beyond even the best of the three ones, which is sattva guna. We have to transcend these human tendencies that we have, and we go beyond desire. And this is where the bhakti is helping us, the devotion is helping us, and Bhagavad Gita is the best book, scripture that you can have, you can read and work on, experience, make the experience of it, which will uplift you. And then your desires, impulses, everything will be uplifted and will be transcended into bhakti. So you go from physical desires and worldly desires to the only desire of your soul, which is this communion with the divine. So I encourage you to read this first chapter of Sai Satcharita, and also read chapter 17 of Bhagavad Gita, and meditate on them. Meditate on this connection between the gunas and our lifestyle and our way of being, and which is the guna that is more present in you. Is it the tamas, the laziness? Is it the rajas, the being too much active in a warrior mood and too much giving in emissive mode and not receiving enough, not being surrendered, not being receptive, and the sattva guna, which is the most pure of the three, so the pure state, the best one to have, and also the transcendence of that, because even people who behave very purely and they are pure and sincere, they can even have ego by being like this. How many people can be so aligned, but they can show that they're so superior to others? So we have to transcend, and we have to transcend the ahankar, which is the ego, the sense of the personality, the I, mine, the attachment, and then we are free of this. And I like the way that this chapter is finishing. This reminds us of a similar story of Kabir, of Saint Kabir, who, seeing a woman grinding corn, said to his guru, Nipat Niranjan, I'm weeping because I feel the agony of being crushed under this wheel of worldly existence, lie the corn in the hand mill. And Nipat Niranjan replied, do not be afraid. Hold fast to the handle of knowledge of this mill as I do, and do not wander far away from the same, but turn inward to the center, and you are sure to be saved. And there is something else I want to add here, the fact of holding the feet of the master, holding the sense of belonging somewhere, moving through the tests and overcoming the tests that we have on the path, especially nowadays when we don't understand why we have to follow a master, why Lord Krishna was necessary for Arjuna in his time, why Shirdi Baba and many, many other saints and avatars came, because the human being is so attached to this worldly existence, and we need to be inspired to move on and to surrender and to be liberated from the attachment and the illusion of ourselves and our ahankar. Okay, so I will let you meditate on this. Have a beautiful day, and let's meet for the next chapter next time. I will see when. I will not maybe be very, very regular with this, but I promise to do it because I love Sai Satcharita and I love Bhagavad Gita. I'm going for 12 hours course soon. It will be the most intense course I have ever done. And get inspired. Continue to read the lives of the saints, read Bhagavad Gita, Shrimad Bhagavatam, Ramayana, and uplift yourself and raise yourself to yourself, as Bhagavan Sri Krishna was saying to Arjuna, raise yourself by yourself and come back to yourself, to the divine part of yourself, which will guide you from within through your guru outside. Have a nice day. Take Gurudev.